Hey guys, welcome to Great Learning. My name is Anirudh Rao, and in this session, we're gonna have an introduction to what business analytics is. Now, this is a beautiful domain. I'm sure all of you guys who are tuned into this session are going to thoroughly enjoy it. But then, guys, before we begin with this session, let me take 1 second of your time to quickly guide you on our venture here at Great Learning called as Great Learning Academy. Now, Great Learning Academy is a place where you would come to in case if you're looking for free courses completely, right? Now, we have courses in multiple domains, over 200 different courses in multiple domains. You can enroll for free, you can learn for free, and at the end of the day, guess what? You can get a certificate of completion all for free as well. You literally do not have to pay us a buck here. Now, guys, we put out these courses. These courses are taught by subject matter experts, of course, in multiple languages for the people who keep asking. We have learning collaborators such as Stanford, Great Lakes, Texas McCombs, Northwestern, PES University, Stanford. So as you can see, we have tied up with the most prestigious universities and Ivy League schools across the world. So the learning content you get here are taught by subject matter experts, and these courses are put together in a way where you definitely can get started with a lot of things. For example, be it digital marketing, be it data science, be it machine learning, artificial intelligence, whatever it is that you're looking for, right? No matter where you are in your career. Now, you might be a fresher, you might still be in college, you might be in school, you might be a person who's switching domains or whatever it is, right? Well, I promise you that we have something here at Great Learning Academy for you. So make sure you head to Great Learning Academy and make sure to check it out. Right, guys, now let's quickly head back to the presentation. Now, guys, this is going to be a very it's going to be a highly energetic and highly interactive session as always. But before we begin with the session, can I get a quick confirmation from all of you dear viewers if you can hear me fine, and of course if you can see my screen fine, guys? Head to the comment section, just put down a quick yes. I'm monitoring all of your comments on my phone, so I'll be answering all of your questions as well. So make sure you keep bringing in your questions as well, because more the questions, more the interaction. In this session, we're gonna have an interaction with regards to business analytics, guys. Come on. Head to the comment section and do let us know if you have any queries regarding this. And of course, first put down a yes or a no if you can see my screen fine as well. All right. So guys, I am going to I'm going to be waiting for you guys on the comment section. So make sure you head to the comments and you let me know. Give me 1 second. Perfect. Right, guys, now to talk to you about the agenda, right? Even before we head into the depths of the session, I have to tell you a very important thing. Make sure you subscribe to the Great Learning YouTube channel, because if you subscribe and take a second to hit that bell icon, you can be in touch with all the content that we put out here. You will be notified as soon as we put out a video, and I'm sure that's going to help you immensely, right? Especially with the domains coming out and the competitive world we live in, it is very vital that you check that out, right? Now, after that, if you do love everything you see on your screen, do take a second to hit that like button. It would mean a lot to us and help us bring you great content as well, right? So make sure to like the video and share it among friends and family members who you think can definitely make use of this video, right? Now, without further ado, let's quickly dive into the agenda of the session. Now, with business analytics, you have to understand a lot there is to know about business analytics, right? Now, a common thing we get asked about business analytics is, what is business analytics? Why do we require business analytics? What is it doing right now? What are the changes in the domain? How trendy is it? There's a lot of questions with respect to business analytics. First of all, let us start with a quick did you know. Now, did you know that business analytics is at its fastest pace right now? It's growing within its popularity very much. It's rapidly growing, and it's one of these domains that is showing a lot of prospects. Now, if you're wondering if business analytics is a new domain, the answer is absolutely no. It's been in existence for a while, just that it wasn't called business analytics before, right? Now, if you're looking at the impact it has has on the market, guess what? 8 out of 10 experts around the world say that business analytics has had such a huge impact on their brand, on their products, on their on their ecosystem. So it speaks volumes about itself as well, and this is one of the reasons why it is growing at its fastest pace right now. Now, if you're looking at the year 2021, which we are in, right? First of all, happy new year to all the dear viewers. Now, I'm sure if you guys are tuning into this video, you will know that 2021 is packed with a lot to do it, especially in the world of information technology. One thing which you should know is that there is a steep increase, when it comes to the requirement of proficient business analysts out there in today's world as well. So that is something which is very, very important, and I think it's important that you know of the fact that it is extremely popular now, guys. Right. Now, coming to what business analytics is, right? Now, guys, I'm going to watch your comment section. So make sure you put down your comments as well. All right. So nice. I have a lot of comments, guys. Do keep it coming. I'm monitoring all of the comments as we go. Perfect. Now, what is business analytics, right? See, business analytics is one of these domains which will talk about how you can drive a business insight. Now, what I mean by this is, for any process, for any business event to occur which is trackable, you will need to go through a lot of processes. Now, the first process, which definitely in my opinion is important, is where you collect data from multiple places. Now, the data that's coming into your organization for you to analyze will definitely depend on a lot of factors. It might be coming through a local storage. You might have a server at your office. It might be a cloud storage. It might be data from your competitors. It might be data from the cloud. So data can come in through multiple places, right? So having these data collected in the form is the first step to business analytics. Now, after having all of these data, you have to analyze it. You have to run through the data to see if there is anything useful for you there, right? It's very important. That is the entire goal. We take in data from multiple sources, we clean it, and we see if we have. So data is usually a treasure trove. Using this, it's very vital that you have something in that data to eventually convert it into information, right? Now, this information can come in a very wordy, text lengthy kind of a format. This is usually converted into beautiful looking graphs. Now, converting this into beautiful looking graphs is also called as visualization. I'm sure you guys might have heard of visualization, right? So using visualizations, we are going to take these ugly looking, I wouldn't say ugly looking, I would say numbers which definitely not a lot of people will understand, right? Now, if you have a technical reason of why the sales of your company was less or was low last month, if it is just numbers, it will not make a lot of sense to a lot of people, especially stakeholders. Now, if I convert this into a beautiful looking graph, then you can look at saying, oh, okay, so this is the month, this is the date, this is why we went wrong in the sales, right? So that is exactly what I'm talking about, creating visualizations, giving that I'm sure if you guys already did not know, the human brain can comprehend images 3,000 times faster than text, right? Now, that's a beautiful fact. And when you can convey something 3,000 times faster in the world of business, why would you not want to do it, right? Give that a thought. Right. Now, one question I really get asked a lot is how important is data for business analytics? Now, business analytics means you have a data aspect of your business that you want to analyze, right? Here are some very important facts for you all. We generate somewhere around 22 lakh terabytes worth of data every single day. It's you, me, and 7.5 billion other people who are generating all of this data, right? So one advantage in today's world is you have to know is that we have the capability to handle all of this. It's not like we're generating 22 lakh terabytes a day and we do not handle it. We can handle it, and that is what gave rise to domains such as business analytics, data science, and artificial intelligence as well, right? Now, in the case of business analytics, more the data we have about the business we're trying to analyze, the result will be better, the solution will be better, because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is using most of these data or all of the data at hand, we have a better chance to analyze it. Now, without the data, you cannot do a lot of things. With small amount of data, you can do maybe 50% of analytics, but it definitely requires a complete picture to make sure you have the aspects of what it takes to do business analytics, right? You're going to see in this session. Now, if you are one of these persons says, okay, so we have a lot of data, we have processing, everything is good, let's go ahead. That's not everything, right? So see, sometimes what happens in data is that data is not a clean entity. It is very raw, it is very dirty, it consists of a lot of noise rather than useful information. Now it is our duty as a business analyst to make sure we can clean the data, pre-process it. Data consists of noise and information. We do not want noise, we want information, right? That's a very important thing. So what do we do with noise? Well, it's simple. We get rid of it because we do not require it. Noise can be considered as useless data, data which is full of errors, maybe some rows and columns which are not filled up on an Excel sheet, right? So there's many examples that I can tell you about how data can be erroneous. You only think of it, right? Now let's say there's a data which is blood group. Now blood group is usually a character or character followed by a symbol, right? O positive. Now if someone asks me my blood group and if I say my blood group is 888, it does not make sense, right? Sometimes in your data it can be like this. The blood group can be something which is absolutely nonsense. In that case, if you use that to train a machine learning algorithm, well, it will not understand what it is seeing. So it is vital that we have to clean all of these data, guys, right? With this, you will have a question saying, so who is a business analyst? Well, a business analyst, in my opinion, is one of these important people in the company who has the capability to, first of all, work with many different teams. Now, for example, data that comes in for internal business analytics, right? It usually comes from the IT team, it comes from the management team, the data science team, and all of these teams who have a business goal. They say, okay, so next month I want the sales to be maybe 1 lakh units. Why are we not getting there? Or we were expected to sell maybe 50,000 products this month. We only sold 25,000. Why is that? To answer all of these questions, right, a business analyst comes into the picture. He or she will have the capabilities to gather all the data, to clean it, to provide all these insights, which are very important in my opinion, because at the end of the day, the result of this will give you the answer of why only 25,000 units were sold, why not 50,000, what are we going to sell the next month, what are the trends in the market, how are we aligning to the market, right? You can answer a lot of questions with this. So what are some of the important things that a business analyst does? Well, first of all, a business analyst needs to understand what the business requirements are. For example, usually it is in the domain of sales. It is very popular that business analysts sit in the domain of sales. So first of all, you have to understand what the domain of business analysis is. This is what a business analyst does. He or she has to understand the requirement at hand. Why is the sales less? Do we require 35 people for the next project that we are about to take up? Do we require this much office space? Now, all of these seem like human resource questions, but it is business analytics because it will directly or indirectly have an impact on the business, right? That's important. Now, after understanding the business requirement, it is very vital that the person has the capability to sift through the data and to clean it. Now, this is where that I spoke to you about pre-processing the data, right? Now, pre-processing the data is very important. After pre-processing, you feed it into a machine learning algorithm usually. Now we feed it into a machine learning algorithm first of all to make sure that we have a pipeline where data can be fed into and processed in a rapid manner. That is where machine learning is very popular and it is known for, right? That is exactly what we're doing here. We are harnessing the power of machine learning algorithms per se. Now, after you've gone through the machine learning algorithm phase, it will give you a numerical result or a textual output. Now, what did I say at the start of the session? You're going to take this textual output and you're going to convert it into a beautiful looking visualization or a dashboard or graphs in general, right? Now, converting data which is probably not understandable by majority of the people into a graph who probably 95% of the people can understand. Now that's a huge gain, right? That is exactly what we aim to do with data visualization. After we go on to create dashboards, we usually take the dashboard and we put out a result saying, okay, using this visualization, using this dashboard, here is the result that we obtain. You put the insight, the final insight in a small textual concise manner which is understandable by everyone. Technical people, non-technical people, whoever it is that you're trying to aim to will definitely understand if you put it out in this way, right guys? Alright, now let me quickly take a look at all the comments that you guys are putting out. Alan says, I am an MBA business analytics student, so with the help of data, implementing data science in business. Well, yes, one of the most important things that data science is doing is bringing towards the analytics side from business analytics. Through that, we are merging both the domains. For example, you saw machine learning, right? Now machine learning is a data science concept. We are bringing together business analysis and data science to harness the ability to use the concept of data science to drive business analytics. That is a very nice point made by Alan, right? Alan says, do you have any PG program for statistics? Alan, if you head to the Great Learning website, you definitely will find a lot of postgraduate programs on this. Again, if you stick till the end of the session, I'm going to guide you on that as well. All right, perfect. Now, next part of this session, we are going to talk about how you guys can become business analysts, right? So how does one go on to become a business analyst? First of all, you really have to know that there are a lot of skills in case if you guys are considering to become a business analyst. For example, there is multiple things you have to know. First of all, the question we get when I say business analyst is, do we require a programming language? The answer is an absolute yes, because you definitely will require a programming languages. Popular offerings are there such as Python, R, SAS. Python being the number one programming language in the world right now is definitely the most popular choice for business analysis. Right now, after programming languages, as a business analyst, you require very good communication skills and creative thinking skills. Now, communication skills, because you'll be talking with a lot of other employees in the office, a lot of other teams, clients, and all of that. It is vital you have high communication skills. Creative thinking, because you're trying to solve a problem here. Think about it. Now, when you have a problem at hand, there is never one solution to this problem. You have a million ways, million routes you can take to get to that problem and solve it eventually, right? That is important. The next thing you're going to require if you're working with a lot of data in business analysis is the knowledge about SQL and database query languages, right? Now, these languages allow you to talk to a database, work with a database, manipulate all the data that is stored in, and use it, store it, destroy it, move it, change it, whatever you want to do with a database. Languages such as SQL will work. Now, there are databases such as NoSQL databases like MongoDB as well. Even they are very popular in the domain of business analysis. And after this, an important skill that you're going to need to work with all your data is machine learning. Machine learning is going to take all the data, churn it up, and it's going to give you a beautiful prediction or a result at the end of which you can use to drive your insights. Right now, these are important aspects. The next thing you really have to know about business analysis is what are some of the important tools that are used. Now, one question I get asked is, are these all the tools that we'll always use for business analysis? The answer is no. Tools actually depend on the domain you're working for. Two different domains working on business analysis will not use the same tool as always, right? Now, for example, if you did not know, Microsoft Excel is a beautiful tool for business analysis. You might saying, okay, I used Microsoft Excel maybe in school or college and I really don't think it's powerful, right? You don't think it's powerful because first of all, you've only been trained to maybe use 10 or 20% of Microsoft Excel. It's a very, very powerful tool if you know how to use it completely and if you're thoroughly trained in it as well. Now, if you guys are looking for training on Microsoft Excel, we do have courses on Great Learning Academy, and of course, you can check out the Great Learning YouTube channel as well. Right, now coming back to all the tools, first of all, if you're working with Python, it's highly suggested you require some knowledge about working with a Jupyter Notebook, and then since it's about business intelligence as well in the aspect of business analysis, you're going to require tools such as Tableau, Power BI, and all of these visualization tools. Next, you'll be handling a lot of data, so having distributed computing is vital. For that, we have Apache Spark, Microsoft Excel as I just mentioned, and to convert data and to use it in an efficient manner, you have paid tools, paid offerings such as Splunk as well. Right now, if you're looking at business analysis in general and all the popular domains, all the popular designations that you can work through, here are some of the things that you really should know about. Firstly, you're going to start out your career as an associate business analyst or a junior business analyst. After having maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years of experience, you will get promoted to a senior business analyst. A senior business analyst is very much capable to be an individual contributor or a team lead as well. Now, after that, you become a lead business analyst maybe with 5 years of experience, and this person is again very, very knowledgeable. After that, maybe 10 years down the line, you can be called as a product manager who has the complete in-depth knowledge about business analysis right from the start till the end of it, right? Whatever is the takeaway, this person completely has the knowledge about that. Do you want to create a product from scratch and analyze how it does? Well, this person can do it, right? So the proficiency of this person working is definitely something on the lines of that. So it's very vital, that the person has knowledge on that as well, right, guys? Now quickly I'll take up a question. Alright guys, again, I do not see a lot of questions down. Make sure you're putting down your questions, because this is going to be a highly interactive session. As I mentioned, it's very vital that you put out your content so that we can engage as well. Right guys, I'll wait for your comments. In the meantime, let me quickly get a gulp of water. Perfect, let's move on. Next up, a very important thing that you have to check out is definitely the business analyst job roles. Now, what are some of the roles that you can expect, right? Now, instead of just telling you the job roles, it is very vital that I take you through the varieties of analytics that are performed. Because if you do get a business analysis job, you are going to be a contributor in one of these types of analytics. So you have to understand the types, the varieties of analytics to know where you might find a job or what a job role is, right? Perfect. First of all, that we have to talk about definitely is descriptive analytics. Descriptive analytics is one of these types of business analytics where we ask questions which describe an event that has occurred. For example, think about this question: why did the sales decrease this month? Or maybe why did the sales decrease this much as well? How did the product become so popular? What are the reasons of a sales spike? As in maybe last month 100 people bought the product, now 1000 people bought it. What is the reason for all of this? Right now, look at the questions again and read it slowly. The answer to all of these questions are descriptive. You're describing what's happening, what happened here, what might happen as well, right? So these are some of the questions you will ask in case if you're looking towards the domain of descriptive analytics. Now, it's not only descriptive analytics that's vital. Think about predictive analytics. Now, predictive analytics, as the name itself suggests, is all about predicting what might happen in the future, right? It's very, very vital that you can have an insight, as we call it, into the future. Now, the word analytics, right? Analytics itself talks about how you can have data in the present or past data and use it to see if you can predict what happens in the future. That literally is predictive analytics. What will happen in the future? What is likely to happen, as you can see. Look at the questions for a second. What product should be stocked up for the holidays? What returns do we get for the marketing campaign? What will be the trending product next month? These are asking questions which you might not have answers to as is right now, but in the future you'll get to it. But with predictive analytics, you can have the answer right now for all of these. That's the magic of predictive analytics. Now, what product should we have stocked up for the holidays? Well, what do people usually buy during Christmas and New Year? A lot of chocolates, a lot of cake, a lot of electronics, all the gaming consoles, for example, like a lot of things, right? Now, these need to have stocked up. All the companies, all the local shops need to know. For example, people buy a lot of ice cream, if you did not know. Well, companies need to work on this and stock up on ice creams as well, right? That's important. Next, what do we get on marketing campaigns? Now, marketing campaigns is one of these important things where you'll be spending money. Once you spend the money on, let's say, a digital marketing campaign, you need to know what is the return on investment or the ROI that you're getting. That is also talked about in predictive analytics. After which, what is the trending product next summer? Maybe someone came up with a sunblock or a moisturizer which cools your face down while you're in the sun. Well, that's a nice product, that's a good idea as well, right? Something like that. So you have to figure out, you have to understand, you have to perform these kind of analytics to check out what's next, what's trending, and then make sure that you jump on it and use it as well, right? Coming to next one. Next type of analytics is very important for you guys to understand, because here we're talking about prescriptive analytics. Prescription. What does a prescription mean? You're prescribing something to make sure something doesn't go wrong, right? Prescribing a medicine to cure an ailment, something like that. Here, it's the same thing as well. You will have a problem. A prescription via the prescriptive analytics is given to you to make sure that the problem doesn't occur again, or it solves the problem itself. For example, now let's say you have a shop which sells ice cream. You have maybe 15 or 20 ice creams in stock. 1,000 customers walk in, you cannot serve 1,000 people, right? So there's a supply and demand gap. The supply you have is 10 or 15, the demand you're getting is 1,000, so you're losing a majority of the customers. All these can be filtered out and fixed using prescriptive analytics. Next, how do you develop a product based on customer feedback? Now, if you have sold a product on Amazon, Flipkart, or whatever e-commerce sites, there are reviews for those products, right? Sometimes the reviews might be good if you have a great product, but sometimes the reviews can be negative if people do not like the product. Well, why do they not like the product? How can you improve, based on that? So all of these are things you can track numerically and back it by data. That's the important thing about business analytics, right? Now, the next question, how do you provide better products and service? Well, guess what? If you know if your customers are liking the product right now, well, that is a quick path to give you an idea of what your customers will like, what your customers do not like, and all of that, right? So these, based on descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive analytics, you will have a job role which mainly focuses on this domain. So I thought it is very important that you guys should know this at this point in time. Right. The next aspect, which I think is very, very important for business analytics, is programming, guys. Programming is very vital because you'll be using computers to give you a result. To talk to a computer itself, you are going to require all the knowledge to make, you understand the data. First of all, after you have understood the data, you have to make your machine understand the data. For that, you have to communicate with your computer, and for that, you are going to require programming, right? Now, let me quickly take up your questions. Okay, Binod Gorai has a question. He's asking, what are the domains for business analyst? Well, guess what? Business analyst is again a very trending domain. No matter where you think it can fit very well, right? Now, are you a person who's selling a clock? You can use business analytics. Are you a person who is wanting to see if everything, all the business process in your company is efficient or not? You can use business analytics. Are you a person you're a shipping company, you're an e-commerce company, whoever you are, an individual, a business person, a startup, an MNC, right? 9 out of 10 of these people use business analytics in one way or another to actually track, what goes on in their business as well. So I hope that answers your question, Binod. Right. Rohit Raj has a question saying, does our prior experience will get complemented if I'm from a marketing background? Rohit, you definitely can use the marketing knowledge at hand and definitely bridge it with business analytics. But to completely say that digital marketing will help you immensely in business analytics is wrong. It will definitely get you a good head start about the domain itself. In case if you're looking to analyze the return of investment on a marketing program, business analytics will definitely get you started with as well. Right. So Virat says, speak loudly, please. All right, Virat, I'm going to start speaking loudly just for you. All right. Perfect. Now, guys, getting started with programming, as I just mentioned, it is very important that you understand that programming is vital, as I mentioned, right? Now, if you're looking at programming, one programming language is very, very popular. Which one is that? It's Python. Python has its footing strong in like a lot of domains that you can think about, right? It's in business analytics, it is no different. Python is the top go-to language. In case the requirement is data analytics, then R is a very popular programming language. Now, when you're learning a programming language, take it step by step. Take it easy, take it slow, because if you are very excited, I'm sure all of you guys are excited for business analytics, as I can see from the comment section, right? Now, if we look towards this domain itself, you'll all be very excited to get started with programming, and you're going to start rapidly going through the concepts. But if your foundations are not very strong, it will not help you a lot, guys. So make sure that you are looking towards slowing it down, understanding it, breaking it down. Whenever you learn anything, right, especially programming, always try to see if you can learn it practically. Once you go on to learn it practically is when you will have the confidence to solve new problems. That is, very, very vital. Okay, I have another question. Shashipal says, which one is better, data scientist versus business analyst? Well, data science and business analysis are two different domains with the goal of two different things. Now, if I ask you a question saying which is better, apple or oranges, you might be a person who likes apples, right? In that case, again, here is the exact analogy. Data science is meant for its own applications. Business analytics is meant for its own application. Both of these jobs go head to head. They are among the top 10 jobs to have in the year 2021, and of course beyond as well. They're highly trending. They pay very well as well, both of these domains, right? So I hope that answers your question, Shashipal, right? Now, coming to the next aspect of programming, right? Again, Python, as I just mentioned, there's a lot of things about Python which makes it popular. I'm sure you guys are saying, okay, so why is Python popular? First of all, Python is a high-level programming language. Now, when we say high-level programming language, what we're trying to talk about is to say that Python is the code that you write, and Python is very much like the English language itself. You do not have to complicate it. Now, if you guys have learned programming languages such as C# or C++ or any of these older programming languages, they are very difficult to learn because the meaning of what it does versus what you type is very different, right? Now in Python, if I have to output something, I can just say print. But in the case of C++, you have to say cout. You will not know what cout means if you're a beginner, right? But a person who is not initiated into Python can understand Python code, a little bit of it at least, to guess what's happening. That was what makes Python a high-level programming language. Next, it's an OOP. OOP as in an object-oriented programming language. Every little thing that you see in Python, every entity that lives is an object. These objects will have methods. They will have functions that describe what they're doing. Now if a car is an object, what is the function of a car? A car's function is to move. It is to take you from one place to another. But you can also describe a car, right? Now the car is red, it's a Mercedes Benz, it's a BMW, whatever it is, you can describe the car. It's a hatchback, it's a sedan, it's an SUV, right? So all of these things you can do with the object as well. That is what makes OOP a powerful concept. Next, Python is a simple to use language and very versatile. Versatile because yes, it is used in a lot of domains, even in the world of medicine. Simple to use, definitely, as you guys might have already known, guys. In fact, you head to the comment section and you tell me if you have had a chance to work with Python, right? If you've had any chance to work with Python, definitely head to the comment section and let me know. Sonam says, sir, you escaped my question. Well, Sonam, I don't see your question at all to answer it. If you have put down a comment, well, I do not see it. Make sure you just put it down again and I'll definitely will answer it. Right. So the next thing you should really know about Python is that it has an amazingly large community as well. There is thousands and thousands of developers in Python for business analytics itself. So that should give you a lot of clarity. The next thing is, we are talking about how we can, when you read about business analytics on Google, a lot of things talk about how you can bring artificial intelligence and data science together with business analytics, right? So Python itself is a very big number in all of these domains, data science, AI, and all of these things. So bringing business analytics on top of that is very easy because the programming language allows you to go on to support for it, right? That is an important point. Now you might have a question saying, okay, so where is Python used? Well, here's a fun fact. If you're watching this video, and I'm sure you're watching it on YouTube right now, on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop, on your TV, iPad, wherever you're watching it from, you're using Python. The web browser, for example, Mozilla Firefox, right? Is anyone using Mozilla Firefox here? If you are, understand that 300,000 lines of code written to make Mozilla Firefox are written in Python, right? Now, videos. I am sure this video was recommended to you because you guys subscribed and pressed the notification bell icon. Guys, if you haven't, take 1 second to press the subscribe button and hit that bell icon, because whenever we put out videos, you will be the first ones to see it. Right. Now, once you have recommended these videos, how does YouTube know what to recommend to you apart from subscriptions, right? In this case, it is using AI, it is using data science, it is using Python in the backend itself to guide you into all of this. The next thing, whenever you're booking a flight or a cab as well, right? So when you're doing all of these, the driver data gets shared into the network with the person who's getting into the cab, again through Python. If you're opening an internet browser, as I mentioned, Firefox, you're using Python. Are you listening to music on streaming services, whatever is your favorite streaming service, right? Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is that can come to your mind. Again, Python is used there as well. And video streaming services, business analytics is extremely popular with video streaming services because they want to find out a lot of things. Where are the viewers coming from, what shows are popular in what countries, how many people are actually completing a TV show that they've started, is a TV show doing really well even though it has a low IMDb rating. You can ask a million questions, and guess what? You can answer a million and one question with business analytics and with Python. That is the magic of using a programming language and working with a domain such as business analytics, right? Then, talking about the wide aspects of Python's application itself, right? It is used in multiple domains. It's used in data science, it is used in artificial intelligence, it's used in web development, Internet of Things, IoT, medicine, wherever you can think of it, right? Now, all the packages are mentioned. For example, in data science, it's used in TensorFlow, Scikit-learn, and PyTorch. These are popular packages which I've worked with for years together now. And then you have web development. You can build websites. You can use Django, Flask, Pyramid, Web2Py, and a lot of these things. And then with IoT, you have Raspberry Pi, you have Xerenth, you have MicroPython, and a lot of these things as well. So you can see that Python is very, very popular with multiple different domains as well. Right now, guys, before we discuss the popularity of Python, I want you guys to head to the comment section and definitely ask me more questions. Okay, so Shashipal has a question: data science versus business analytics in terms of salary and position. Very good question. See, in terms of position, we already discussed it. You're going to start your journey as a associate business analyst, work your way towards senior business analyst, then you're going to be a lead business analyst, and then a product manager, right? This is the life cycle of a business analyst. Now, when you're directly comparing the salary of a business analyst and a data scientist will have a slight edge over the salary because that is a concept which is like an ocean on its own, right? I'm not telling you that business analysis is small, just that data science is pretty huge. A data scientist will need to have a lot of knowledge on a lot of different domains. He or she has to be trained on multiple things. So one of the reasons why data scientist gets paid a little higher than a business analyst is probably because it takes that much knowledge to go on to become an expert in that domain, right? So I hope that answers your question, Shashipal. Okay, Bhavam says I'm learning C++ and I'm using the same. Well, again, C++ are beautiful languages. I remember growing up with C and C++ as my favorite programming languages. Both were amazing to use. The syntax was a little bit difficult, and it is still a little bit difficult if you get used to the convenience of Python. That is what makes Python, once you get into Python, once you get into this domain, right, it's very difficult to get yourself used into another programming language. That is difficult because Python is so simple. Other programming languages can get complex, and as I told you, there's languages like R and SAS which are popular for business analytics as well. Once you get used to Python, the syntax is very different and it's going to take you some time. It's not impossible, it is possible, but it will take you some time to look towards business analytics as well, right? So you might have a question saying, why is Python so popular? What makes Python so popular, right? Especially all of these reasons for business analytics. First of all, Python is extremely readable and it offers beautiful code. It offers amazing code which you can maintain. Now, when we say maintainable code, what we actually try to mean is to say that, if you have to write a code multiple times, the same thing over and over and over again, it's inefficient. What if you can write a code one time and probably reuse it in multiple places, right? With Python, you can do that. Especially in business analytics, there will be a requirement in the cases of maybe data loading into your machine learning algorithm or having to train your machine learning algorithm as well. If you write the code once and you can use it multiple times, that definitely is an advantage, guys. Right. The next point is multiple programming paradigms. Now, when you're talking about what Python can do, Python is an object-oriented programming language among many things. Now, do we have anyone in the comment section who know the other programming paradigms of Python, guys? I am looking towards the comment section, so make sure that you are putting down your questions as well. Right. Now, as I told you, Python programming paradigms is a very important thing. It's not only object-oriented programming that you can do with Python. You can do functional programming, you can do procedural programming, declarative programming, imperative programming, and you can do a lot of these things as well. So this is the answer, that I was expecting from you guys. Okay, never mind. Getting back into this session, right? We have a question. Anjali Pahwa says, I joined a bit late. Could you please mention the prerequisite for business analysis? Well, Anjali, there truly is no hard pre-requirements or prerequisites to become a business analyst, because at the end of the day, you will require skills, you will require creative thinking on how you can work with data. To work with data itself, you're going to have to be proficient with a database learning tool, and after you understand how to work with data, you have to usually teach maybe a machine learning algorithm to work with the data itself. There you're going to require knowledge of machine learning or or a programming language such as Python as well. That's why we're discussing Python to this extent. I hope that answers your questions. Patanjal says, how business analytics is different from Python analytics? Well, Python analytics is not a concept on its own. Python is used for business analytics. That's how we do it. With Python, you analyze it, but what are you trying to analyze? The end goal is a business element. That is what makes it business analytics, right? You're just using Python. Python is just the route that you're taking to solve the problem. That's why it's called business analytics with Python. Right. Coming to the rest advantages of why Python is so popular. First of all, it has thousands of libraries where you can not where you wouldn't have to write a lot of code on your own. Now, if you have a problem, right now, there's a very common saying in the world of business analysts or in the world of Python as well, saying we have a library which will solve your problem. That's a very nice saying, because there's a very good chance that if you are trying to simplify something, right, you will have a library which is already doing it. All of these are free, all of these are open source. You do not have to pay a single buck as well. Next, testing and debugging with Python is very easy, because I don't know if you guys have worked with Python. The error messages that it gives out, I find it really funny and beautiful, because it will directly tell you what you're doing right or wrong. It is like, it takes a no nonsense approach into giving you, saying, hey, this is where you did wrong, this is wrong, please correct. So it will not give you a very complex error saying, hey, this is what you did. It'll be breaking your head wondering about what the error means. No. With Python, it's a very simplified error which will guide you saying, hey, this is the mistake, please solve it, right? It's a very sweet programming language to work with, right? Okay, so we have another question from Pranjal saying, strong mathematical skills is mandatory for business analytics. Well, you do require certain concepts of mathematics, but I wouldn't say like you require mathematics compulsorily. What happens in certain cases when you're analyzing a business metric, right? Like, why is the sales this low? You'll have to take out the mean. You'll have to understand to work with statistical concepts such as the modes, mean, median, mode, and all of that, modes of central tendency, modes of accuracy. You're going to have to look at a lot of performance metrics. Now, to understand what each of these means, you will require certain training, certain knowledge in mathematics. That is where the concept of math and statistics, as I told you at the start of the session, is a little bit important as well, right? Perfect. Coming to the companies who make use of Python for data analytics, right? Of course, first of all, thousands of companies make use of Python, but then here are some of the very big names that use Python for business analytics. You have Google, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, Quora, Spotify, you have SpaceX, you have Tesla. Now, all of these companies who are either selling a product or providing services for a product, right? Now, these are some of the companies who are extremely likely to look at Python for business analytics, because they have something that they're selling. It's a product, it's a service, or it's a metric that they're trying to analyze. Now, if you have one of these metrics, you definitely can analyze them, right? With Netflix, they have a lot of TV shows and movies that they usually analyze. With Spotify, again, Spotify adjusts itself to your preference. If you're listening to a lot of Hindi songs or English songs, it's going to start recommending you all of that. In the back end, it's going to be collecting data saying the user from this country at this time usually listens to this song. Now, a lot of things will go on the back end, right? Now, for example, if you can think of any favorite song of yours, You can ask a question if you work in Spotify saying, okay, so what is the average duration that people are playing the song? What time of the day are they playing the song? What season? Now, there are certain songs which are very famous during Christmas time, for example. Other songs are very famous during summer, right? So all of these things can be analyzed in depth. You really do not have to have like a full blown knowledge of the entire domain of business analytics itself. To perform basic analytics, Python can definitely get you started. That's my point here, guys. So, with this, you'll have a question saying, okay, so after COVID-19 happens, what are we going to expect with business analytics? So, if you have a career, if you're starting a career in business analytics, what can we think about post the pandemic, right? Well, I'm going to answer that. Let me quickly get a gulp of water. Now, in the meantime, I am seeing your questions, guys, so keep it coming. Okay, perfect. Sandhya Hinduja has a question. What basic course should I do before getting admission for business analytics? Well, Sandhya, I hope I pronounced your name right. If you're looking for a basic course, I would highly suggest you check out Great Learning Academy, because in Great Learning Academy, we do have an introductory, a fundamental course for business analytics, which you can enroll into for free, learn for free, and guess what? You can complete it, and upon completion, you can get a free, certificate of completion as well. So it's very important that you know that we have Great Learning Academy, right? So make sure to check it out, Sandhya. So Balwant has a question. If anyone having academic teaching experience in machine learning and data analytics, can they switch to industry in this analytics domain? If yes, give some guidelines. Well, Balwant, the answer is yes. You can definitely switch into business analytics if you have performed data analytics before. Now, the main difference between data analytics and business analytics is where with data analytics, right, you might be looking at a lot of external data which has nothing to do with a business metric. A business metric is something like sales, the number of support tickets you have solved, and all of these things which will affect your business at the end of the day. That is what is a major difference. Now, with data analytics, in many cases, you might not have to look towards that. So yes, it is possible to switch into this domain. Again, if you already have data analytics knowledge, you will know how to churn through data, you will know how to pre-process it, push it into a machine learning algorithm. The output that you're trying to get is going to be different, because here the input itself is different. You're trying to analyze a business parameter, that's going to help float the boat, let's say, right? I hope that answers your question, Balwant, right? Coming to business analytics career, one thing you really have to know is that this is almost a bulletproof or a recession-proof domain, guys. Think about all the people. I mean, it's sad that at the start of 2020, maybe during March or April, there was a lot of layoffs happening across the world. Business analytics proved to be one of these domains where the layoffs were minimal. So it shows that it is a requirement in today's world, and that the demand for business analytics experts, even during the pandemic, the peak period that we call it, right, it was really high. Now, when there is a requirement for more and more business analysts, now why do you think people would want to fire the existing people, right? So it showed that it is a very strong domain. Now, as I told you, with business analytics, you're going to be looking towards machine learning, artificial intelligence, and all these domains which are coming together with business analytics, right? In that particular case, machine learning and AI again have been trending for a while now, so it only adds more value into the business analytics scene, right? Now, you guys will have a question saying, okay, so where can we learn business analytics online? Well, one of the important advice that I really have to give you guys if you're looking towards business analytics online is to make sure you do not get overwhelmed by the content that's present online. Now, if you just go on to type business analytics tutorial or something like that on Google, you will get thousands and thousands of results. Now, if you're a beginner, if you're a person who has not been into this domain, it can quickly get very much complicated if you do not have a structured learning path. So it is vital that you guys have a structured learning path. Understand that day 1 you're here, day 10 you want to learn all these concepts, day 20 all these concepts, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months you want to know all these concepts. So you require a roadmap, a path that you can take to become an expert in business analytics, right? First of all, have that path. Once you have that path, talk to experts. For example, I am a subject matter expert in Python, business analytics, data science, AI, neural networks, all these concepts. So when you talk to someone, for example, with these sessions, right, we have a lot of subject matter experts here. So when you talk to them about the industry and understand how you can learn better, that's going to definitely give you an edge over the competitive world we live in, right? Now, as I told you, business analytics is a very, very competitive domain. This means that there will be hundreds and thousands of others who are also applying for the same business analytics job as you are. So you need something to step up from all of that, right? Again, give me a second, I'm going to come back to that. Before that, here is something very important that you have to know about business analytics. Business analytics is in fact very popular in college. If you guys did not know, 72% of college graduates say that they want to study business analytics online. There's a lot of specializations available which will definitely help you get closer to your dream designation at your dream company. And a lot of college students are saying that they're picking a lot of electives which will help them in the business analytics journey as well. Now that's an amazing thing right from college, right? Even before you have a job, you're already set on a career and you're working on it. That's a very important trend that I love about business analytics. And it's just that when you have these certification programs, it's going to help you go from a beginner to an expert. That adds a lot of value, a lot of knowledge to your career, and of course to you as a person, you as a professional as well, right? Now, a common question that we here at Great Learning get is, where can we find more free content on business analytics? Well, there are 3 channels that you can look out for free content here, guys. First of all, you have Great Learning Academy. We have more than 200 courses in multiple different domains. No matter where you are in your career, fresher, you're still in college, you're changing domains, we have something for you at Great Learning Academy. Make sure to check out Great Learning Academy, because this is where you can enroll into courses for free, complete it for free, and even get a course completion certificate, right? A certificate of completion for free as well. It's completely free. You can learn, train, and get a certificate of completion. So make sure you check out Great Learning Academy. And next, we have the Great Learning YouTube channel. Again, guys, if you have not subscribed to the Great Learning YouTube channel, please take a second to subscribe, because if you are subscribed and if you hit that notification bell, you will be in touch with all the content that we put out. That definitely is going to help you out on your journey. When we put out videos, you can use it, help it, as you will get a notification. You can learn through it, note it, work on your way to becoming an expert in your own domain. So make sure you check out the Great Learning YouTube channel. I highly recommend you subscribe. And of course, for all the readers, right now we have people who might love reading more than watching videos. For you guys as well, do not worry, we have Great Learning blogs, where these blogs are penned down, are written by subject matter experts and professionals across the globe. So you can use that for learning as well. And lastly, to talk about an important aspect of business analytics, we get a question saying, where can you have like an in-depth knowledge? Where can you go from zero to becoming a complete professional in business analytics? In that cases, I would highly suggest you check out the specialization and the post-graduation offerings we have here at Great Learning. Now, we have multiple programs, as you can see, with prestigious universities across the globe. We are tied up with Texas McCombs, Great Lakes, PS University, Northwestern, Stanford, multiple different colleges and Ivy League schools, guys. So having a postgraduate program, an MTech, or let's say an MS in one of these domains, is going to give you a complete knowledge. It's going to take you right from your beginner. It's going to use baby steps. It's going to be customized learning. You're going to train with all the professors and experts across the globe. You can have self-paced learning, live classes, a hybrid mixture of this, if you like, a hybrid method of learning with a classroom experience. So you can do a lot of different things with a specialization and a post-graduation program today, because the world definitely, especially now more than ever, is moving into a domain of online education, right? Online education now is more popular than ever, and people who are hiring are looking for this as well, this trend that's developing. So it's very vital that you check out all of these domains if you guys are very serious. Right, now let me check out a couple of questions that you might have. So, Krishna Pandey has a question saying, how to and in how many days can you learn all the things about data analytics? Well, Krishna, it depends on your capability. It depends on how much of skills that you want to learn and what amount of time can you spare for this particular domain today. It will take a couple of months for you to get a strong footing in the domain is something I definitely can say. Right. Tanishk says, I come from a commerce background and really interested in this course, so will that affect? Tanishk, absolutely not. No matter what domain you come from, if you get trained right from the start, right from the basic, you can do it, right? I am confident not just in Tanishk, but everyone, all the dear viewers we have today on our channel, that if you guys put in the right amount, the structured amount of time and effort to learn, you can definitely become experts in all these domains. So you can work towards becoming an expert. And again, if you're completely looking towards becoming a professional, as I told you, I highly suggest you look towards the specialization, the course offerings, and of course the post-graduation programs we have here at Great Learning. Shashipal says your communication is amazing. Give some tips at the end of the session. Well, Shashipal, thank you so much for your kind words. It means a lot to me and it means a lot to us at Great Learning as well. To give you certain tips, as I told you, definitely look towards working on a programming language, understand what the domain of business analysis is about, look towards practically understanding it. When you walk to your grocery shop to buy groceries, you can ask 100 different questions on how the business itself is running. When you buy a piece of paper or a pen from your stationery shop, you can ask 100 questions there as well. So understand what these questions are, understand the trends. Now there are so many different offerings. If there's a new mobile phone on the market where it's it's going to be launching at 12 p.m. or something like that, people in the back end will already know that these many thousands of people can come onto the website and buy the phone. So they already will have stock. They would have analyzed that these many people will be buying the product. So that's something that you should look out for. The kind of lateral thinking that's required is very important, right? Okay, one last question. Sandhya says, my classes are starting from September and I'm very confused what course I should opt. Well, Sandhya, which domain are you looking forward to? If you're looking, the first thing that you should really do is spend a lot of time on understanding what your favorite domain is and where you want to build your career in. For example, since you've tuned into this session, I'm assuming that you like business analytics. So if you're looking towards business analytics, again, we have courses on Great Learning Academy, which will definitely get you started. It'll give you a head start about understanding what the domain is about, which you can definitely make use of to reduce the confusion that you might have at the start of your career as well. Right, guys, on that note, all of you all have been a beautiful audience. It's been an absolute pleasure to take a session on business analytics for all of you all. As always, make sure that you guys are staying safe from the ongoing pandemic, that you're taking all the measures. When you are working from home, learning from home, you do have everything at your fingertips. You're going to need a good internet connection and a device to start learning. With Great Learning Academy, as I told you, you can get started for free as well. So make sure you check out Great Learning Academy. Stay safe. I wish you well and I'll see you on the next one. Right, guys, cheers. Have a good day ahead.